you're at a thrift store or garage sale, or even just going through your own closet and you see these brands, don't overthink it. Just pick them up. Well, my name is LeeMeier, and I've been selling clothes online for years, over 100,000 in net profit. And these are the brands that I grab again and again, and they're selling like crazy. And in this video, I'm going to show you exactly which Y2K brands are worth grabbing, why they sell, and how to recognize them quickly so you're not second guessing yourself. Let's get started. First up is the streetwear brand Ecko. Now, what is selling best with this brand are things like their hoodies as well as their jeans. Now, I've got some sales pulled up here for you. One of the problems of using this method by filtering with items that have been sold is a lot of times the prices that you're seeing are not the actual price. So in order to get the actual prices, you actually need to use eBay's research tool, Terapeak, and you can do that from your phone or from the computer. If you want to see the method from your phone, I will link to that up here, and that can be super helpful when you're sourcing items. This is an example of one of their hoodies, and you see that it has that kind of streetwear vibe to it. It's got those old English letters down the sleeve, designed there on the back. And this hoodie went for the full asking price of 80 bucks. This is a pair of their men's jeans, and you're gonna notice with a lot of these jeans that they are a wider leg, baggier style. A lot of them do have decor, such as the embroidery on the back pocket there. And these sold for about $83 after a best offer. Really quickly want to point out some of the keywords because these really matter when it comes to selling these Y2K items, even when it's a mainstream brand like these. So in addition to Y2K, they've got skater, grunge, as well as embroidered skull. The next Y2K brand that is hugely popular right now is the brand Coogi. The items that are doing the best are definitely their 3D style knit sweaters, and these can sell for into the hundreds of dollars. Before we take a look at some of these, I do want to point out that if you come across sweaters that have the Coogi style, but they're from a different brand, those can also do well. This is a really great example of the colors and the type of design that people are after. They for sure have a unique, one-of-a-kind look with their items. There's the Coogi tag if you have not seen that before. And this one sold for the full asking price of $249. Another example of these types of sweaters that are selling so well. I'm going to zoom in on that so you can hopefully see the texture to these. These are highly textured, almost have a 3D sort of look. Again, there's the Coogi tag. And this one also sold full asking price $209. And then here's an example of one that has a similar sort of look with it that is not Coogi, but it's still sold for a pretty good amount. And it has that 3D textured look to it. This one has a little bit different color scheme to it from a brand called Bach Rock. I guess that is what that is. And this one sold for $130 after a best offer. Real quick, if you haven't grabbed my 150 best brands list, that's a free list, by the way. It's the list of brands that led me to the $100,000 mark and beyond. You'll find a link to grab it in the description below. Ed Hardy items are also seeing a huge resurgence in popularity, and people are buying these as throwback items, remembering the good old days. And really everything with this brand is selling pretty well, including shoes, skirts, jeans, t-shirts, bags, hats, you name it, it sells. This is an Ed Hardy hoodie, and all of their items have a certain look to them. There's the Ed Hardy tag. A lot of their items have a tattoo design to them. They often incorporate things like skulls. And this hoodie went for $100 after an offer. This is a pair of women's boots. Again, a sort of tattoo design across the front of those. I believe that it says "Born Free." Markings there at the back heel. These are fur-lined. There's what the bottoms look like. Not exactly in the best of condition, but these sold full asking price $140 bucks. And this is a pair of jeans from the designer of Ed Hardy, which is Christian Audigier. You're gonna see his name there across the back of those jeans. So that's another thing to be on the lookout for related to Ed Hardy. Anything from Christian Audigier is going to do really well. There's the tag on the inside of those jeans. And those sold on offer for $125 bucks. And while we're on the topic of Christian Audigier, one of his other lines, Von Dutch, is also seeing a big resurgence with the Y2K era items. This is a much smaller line, but these items can be very profitable. This is a bowling bag, and this style is very popular. These are selling really well. The more unique the design these are, the more money that they're going to go for. That's true for pretty much everything when it comes to reselling. This one happens to have dice, motorcycles, and maybe race cars, and it sold full price $110. And this is a pair of jeans from Von Dutch. These are a little bit more rare. You can see there's a small tear there at the knee. On the back of a lot of their jeans, as well as Ed Hardy, you're gonna see that there is embroidery. So on the back side of these, you can see the name Von Dutch embroidered across those. These are also a bareback style jean that has no back pockets. And these went for $115 after an offer. And Y2K era diesel items. Whether it's shoes or bags or denim or jackets, these all can make a pretty good flip. These are a pair of their men's jeans with a little bit of a boot cut to them going on. Interesting detail at the back pocket. They're gonna zoom in on that for you, contrasting denim. A look here at the tags on the inside. And these went for $90 best offer. A women's military style jacket. Lots of great details on this one, by the way. Even patches there on the sleeve. Those buttonholes and that trim above that pocket. There's a look at the back. Even that has some interesting details going on here. There's a look at the tag, and this sold full price $175. And their bags can be some big money. There's all different styles of bags that are selling at close to the $100 price point, and in some cases, well over that. This particular one went for $280 on an offer. Real quick, if you're getting frustrated with seeing your items just sit, or you're not making as much money as you know that you should be, and you're ready to see that turnaround this week, that's exactly why I created the Empowered Reseller. Inside, I show you how to get your items found and turn what you already have into faster sales and higher profits. So instead of guessing, you're turning what you already have into real money, and you're making more money on every item moving forward. Plus, you get support, real help when you need it, and you're not stuck trying to figure it all out on your own. And every month you get a deep dive into a proven clothing niche, so you're never passing by profitable items again. If that sounds like something you'd like, click the link below, or head to empoweredreseller.com to see what we're diving into right now and to join us. Y2K Affliction items can be another good flip, especially when it comes to their jeans. This is a pair of their jeans. You're gonna notice with most of these that they have some pretty heavy distressing, bleaching, whiskering, and definitely extra details. You're gonna see those details in all of their items. They go the extra mile when it comes to those details. There's the tag on those, and these went for $72 after an offer. Jackets can also be really big money. So this one is a leather jacket. There's the Affliction tag. You're gonna see the embroidery, and oftentimes the name in large letters across the back. Now this jacket went for $250 best offer. Most t-shirts don't sell for quite as much, but if you do come across bigger sizes, those can be more money. You're also gonna find that their t-shirts have fraying around the neckline, as well as the cuffs and the bottom hem. That is normal, that is part of this look. Definitely do not throw them back if you find these items. Now this one is a 3XL, and it went for $55 after an offer. And another mall brand that is hugely popular when it comes to their Y2K era items is Abercrombie. Some of their best selling items are Henleys, parachute style pants, anything with large logos. This is a fairly plain men's hoodie with the brand name across the front. There's the tag there for you. And this one sold full price for about $82, even with fading. A pair of those parachute style pants or paratrooper pants, you're gonna see the cargo pockets there at the sides, cinching around the cuffs. There's the tag at the back. And these went full price, $69. And a women's cable knit sweater with a deep V-neck. There's the tag. And this went full price, $100. And Y2K era Miss 60. Almost everything from this brand from that era is selling well. This is a simple long sleeve black shirt with a star at the front. There's the Miss 60 tag, and this went full price $60. And some wild plaid pants with flare leg. These are so much fun, and they sold on best offer for $90. And a denim coat with faux fur trim. Absolutely love this one. There's the tag on the inside, small leather patch on one of those pockets. And this went with the best offer for $150. And this next brand is Hollister. What's selling best is anything with fur trim, but even baby doll tops, mini skirts, Henley tops, and anything with a graphic design. This faux fur trim jacket from Hollister, check out the fur on that hood. There's another good picture there, but this one went for $275 after an offer. One of these baby doll sweaters that I was mentioning, it's got this mini cable knit around the top, a large scoop neck. There's the Hollister tag, and this went for about $51 on offer. And one of those graphic spell out style hoodies, you can see how the lettering is stitched on there. That is really popular. Again, the tag there for you. And this sold full asking price about $76. Doc Martens is the next Y2K brand. Yes, this brand continues to be popular even with their current styles, but if you come across their older items from the Y2K era, a lot of those can do especially well. And don't be afraid to pick these up if they're an older pair and you're seeing quite a bit of wear. Check out the wear there in the toes of those boots. Even the laces are heavily worn. You can see the cracking there around the collar. Pretty chewed up there at the back. It's got that Made in England tag. These sold for the full asking price in that condition for about $75. Another older pair, again, pretty beat up, a lot of scratches there in the leather. Gonna zoom in on that so you can see just how many scratches there are. There's what the toes look like, large scratches there on the sides of these boots as well. The outsole and the insole, and these went full price $70. To keep watching more Bolo content like this, just click or tap the screen, and I'll see you there.